Hi, everybody. It's Sam Jacobs. Welcome to Friday Fundamentals. It's a sunny day here in New York while we're recording this, and we've got this week's guest back on the show, Matthew Gowen. Matthew's going to talk to us about how to onboard a new sales team member, which is something super critical. It's particularly critical right now because so many of us are doing remote onboarding, and so we're going to have to figure out what are the basics that we need to understand. Now, before we get there, we want to thank our sponsor for Friday Fundamentals. It's brought to you by Outreach. Outreach triples the productivity of sales teams and empowers them to drive predictable and measurable revenue growth. By prioritizing the right activities and scaling customer engagement with intelligent automation, Outreach makes customer-facing teams more effective and improves visibility into what drives results. Now, Matthew, welcome back to the show. Our question for you is, how should you onboard a new sales team member?
Great, thanks, Sam. Interesting question. I think you get a new starter that they start on a high. They're always enthusiastic and excited about the first day of work. And of course, we turn that into an admin day and it becomes a pretty boring first day of work. But they meet with their manager in HR and IT, get themselves set up. And then they start working on 30, 60, 90-day plan quite often. And of course, as part of that first 30 days, they focus on product learning and meeting people and understanding the business and territory background, account histories, just tons and tons of activities that need to happen. It's really important stuff, but sales is not happening. So I think a lot of organizations maybe go about this a little bit wrong. I like to think about this as a 120-day plan, with the first 30 days actually starting before the sales hire begins his new job or her new job. And there's a lot of effort and energy that can be put into that pre-30 days, where you can help to give a new salesperson a running start into their new role versus a standing start. And yeah, they still have to go through all of that learning activity, but wouldn't it be fantastic if a new person would join and their manager had helped them with, hey, here's some materials that you can put out onto you can push out onto LinkedIn straight away. We've organized a webinar for you in the first quarter to help you generate some leads. We have been working on an email campaign for you, helping you connect with customers. So I think there's a whole host of sales activities that a sales manager or a new company can do to help a new rep to be successful in their first 90 days, as opposed to just putting it all on their shoulders. We know, being in sales, you're on the front line, and the clock starts ticking on day one, and the quicker you can make sales, the better you look. So, but I think quite often a company will just leave a salesperson to it, and there's a lot they can do to support that new individual to being successful, and it can start before they even walk in the door.
I love that. And I think so many companies, to your point, the other thing that happens is exactly to your point, the onboarding process really starts the minute that the offer is agreed to. And so many companies just go quiet. And that's also a period of risk in a good labor market where sometimes candidates don't even show up because they got a counteroffer or they continued conversations. So you really need to make sure that from the moment that the offer is agreed to, you are working on onboarding and indoctrinating and creating an inclusive environment for your new hire. So I really like that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And, helping people feel part of the company is not necessarily throwing them a load of reading materials to do whilst they're exiting from their previous companies. So I think there's certainly more that the new organization should be doing to help.
Makes a lot of sense. Matthew, if folks want to reach out to you, what's your preferred method of communication?
Yeah, I'd love to hear from people. Please contact me on LinkedIn. My name's Matthew Gowen.
And it's Gowen, and it's Pangea. I think you all spell it Pangeea. Is that correct?
We do. Thanks very much.
Wonderful. Matthew, thanks for being on the show. And we'll talk to you next time, and hopefully we'll see you in person when people are allowed to meet in person again.
Great. Thanks, Sam.
Bye.